So in this video, I'm going to introduce the terms dependent and independent clauses. And so these are going to be terms that I use to describe different groups of words. And so this is going to be something important to know for basically the remainder of the year. Or even further, as this is an important terminology that relates to the formation of sentences. So a clause is just a group of words. And so a dependent clause is a group of words that cannot be a full sentence. An independent clause could be a full sentence. So dependent, think about someone who is dependent on someone else. They rely on someone else. And so a dependent clause is relying on another clause to make it a full sentence. And so a group of words needs two things in order to become a full sentence, and that is a subject and a verb. And so a dependent clause is either missing a subject or is missing a verb. Also, it could not express a full idea. And so what that means is basically it cuts short the idea. It doesn't give you a full understanding or a full action. So an independent clause has both a subject and a verb, and it expresses a full idea. So how do you know when a clause starts or ends? And so the answer is punctuation. So a clause starts at the beginning of a sentence and ends when we have a punctuation mark, and then so on from there. So if we've got two punctuation marks in there, if we've got a comma and then a semicolon, the clause would be up until the comma, and then from the comma to the semicolon, and then the semicolon to the end of the sentence. So clauses start and end with punctuation. Here are some examples of dependent clauses. And so remember, these are the types of clauses that are missing a subject or a verb, or is not a full action or idea. So here, even though I studied, so I is the subject and studied is the verb. So here we've got a subject and verb, but it is not expressing a full action or idea. So even though I studied, what? What happened? We're missing the second part there. And then the next one is the nail salon worker. And so that's just a person. That couldn't be a full sentence. It's missing a verb. Because I slept in. Here again we have a subject I and verb slept, but we're not expressing a full idea. Because I slept in, what happened? What's the rest of the action? So that would be a dependent clause. Outside the restaurant, again, is missing a verb, so is a dependent clause. Although she collected shells, she is our subject and collected is our verb, but again, it's not expressing a complete idea. Although she collected shells, what? What happened? And then before she swims, she is the subject and swims is the verb, but it's not expressing a full idea. Before she swims, what's the action? Here are some examples of independent clauses, and so these are the kinds of clauses that could be a full sentence. So, I ordered pizza, I is the subject, ordered is the verb, and it expresses a full idea. The bunny hopped. The bunny is the subject. Hopped is the verb. Declan loves cats. Declan is the subject. Loves is the verb. Dinner is ready. Dinner is the subject. Is the verb. We are at the library. Here, we is the subject and are is the verb. A-R-E, not O-U-R-E. All right, so if we have two dependent clauses, they cannot make a sentence. And that's because they're both either missing a subject or verb, and they're both incomplete thoughts. And so putting two incomplete thoughts together does not make a complete thought. While she sings the door, here we can see that that would not be a full, complete, correct sentence. When we are combining independent clauses, so if we have an independent clause, which could be a full sentence, and then another independent clause, which could be a full sentence with subjects and verbs, that means it's a compound sentence, and we need to use a comma and a conjunction to join the two. Just as a reminder, our conjunctions are our fanboys' words, so for and nor, but, or, yet, so. And so my example here, the rain is stopping, is our first independent clause. The rain is a subject, is stopping is our verb. And then our second independent clause, we can go outside now. We is our subject, and can go is our verb. So we connect those with, it's kind of cut off, but a comma and a conjunction, so. All right, so now you're going to go on to the Google form on dependent clauses and independent clauses. I would recommend opening this presentation in split screen mode or in two separate windows if you have a laptop. If you have any questions, leave a private comment on any of the assignments, or you can email me. I also have a Calendly link posted on Google Classroom that you can use to sign up for time to meet with me on Wednesday. All right, bye.